Hello, it's Robin Brightman talking to you from Back Beach, Vung Tau area. And today's topic is going to be about teaching qualifications. When I started teaching English online, I came from a background of compounding pharmacy. And so science was very strong with me in chemistry, but I still had to take a TESOL course. There's many names for the same thing. TESOL is Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. It's also called TEFL, Teaching English as a Foreign Language, and also TESL, Teaching English as a Second Language. All three mean the same thing. So I taught online. I think my first student was an Italian chemist out of Italy named Marco. Usually you remember your first student, and he was a good one. Very intelligent and doing the same kind of stuff I was, chemistry, maybe a little bit more into the industrial side of it, where I was making medications for people to get prescriptions for. That's what I was doing. Okay, so I got the TESOL. Mine happened to be a 100-hour TESOL. I think I picked it up in October of 2015. And then, what did I do? I already had the UBC degree in science. Took me 5 years to get that. 1 year of college, 4 years of a Canadian university. And that's like from a top 40 university. That's not Harvard or Yale, but the next best thing. That's University of British Columbia, out of British Columbia, Canada, in the city of Vancouver. And I carried that paperwork with me all the time. My original degree, I have pictures of it as backup, and my TESOL as backup, but I carry the originals in a small note bag all the time. So let's think about Vietnam. Vietnam, you need a degree to teach. That's a given. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people fake that, but if you ever get caught, say bye-bye Vietnam and you're deported. But, I don't do that, so I don't have to worry about that. And the TESOL's mandatory. You need both of them, okay? And now they brag up 150-hour TESOLs, 200-hour TESOLs. That's nonsense. A TESOL, which is an English teaching certificate, is nothing more than a driver's license. And I used to drive a big truck for a couple of years. Getting that Class 1 driver's license in Alberta is only 10% of it. The real learning is through the years of driving the roads, especially icy roads. That's where you pick up your real skills and experience. The other thing I picked up International English Language Testing System skills to teach and a certificate. That's called IELTS teaching certificate. And since then, I've taught grades 4, 5, and 6 in Chiang Mai, Thailand. That's primary school. And then in 8 kilometers inland of Vung Tau, this year I taught grades 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the trouble with teaching in Vietnam public classrooms, the temperature often got in the afternoon classes 40 degrees Celsius and hotter. And yes, they have fans blowing, but all that's doing is taking the sweat off our bodies and cooling us that way. It is a form of torture for everybody. And I did that for 4 months, and then I said, no, no more. I'll stick to my online teaching and make less. That being said, I didn't qualify for my 60-year-old pension yet, not for another 10 months. And I had other funds landing, like my income tax. So if I had to work there, I would have, but I was literally drinking salted water with some sea salt, a pinch of sea salt in a liter, with some no salt, which sprinkled in at about 20% of the sea salt. And I would drink a liter of that from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. to offset all that sweating, especially at my age. So what I'm sharing with you is don't do public school teaching in Vietnam unless you don't mind sweating and you're healthy enough to do it. I'm glad I could get out of there after 4 months because I love the children, but the conditions, not so good. When I was teaching in Chiang Mai, they had air conditioning. It tends to be more common in Thailand, air conditioning than Vietnam. That being said, one day I might do the CGPSH course or the PGSH course. I think I can get that done in 1 year, and then I can step into the air-conditioned international schools. Right now, whoever got me got a overqualified teacher, and I don't say that lightly. 10 years experience. No international school would stump me. But you still need that piece of paper, right? So this is my first episode into showing you teaching in Southeast Asia. It's Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. And I gave you, I think, a very excellent rundown on 2 countries, Vietnam and Thailand. I think if I missed anything. No, I think I covered most things. If you have any questions, just subscribe and ask me the questions, okay? And of course, if you're going to be naughty and mouthy, you're going to be banned so quickly you'll wonder what happened. Don't try that nonsense with me. Remember, I'm used to dealing with 40, sometimes naughty students in a sauna of a classroom. I can deal with anybody who's mouthy in the comment section. That's actually just, your mama should have raised you properly is what that should have happened with you. Everybody else, I love you. And please subscribe and tell your friends. Because what I teach the real thing. I usually live with the locals, sort of, like I did last place, and now I'm more of a resort area. But I'll film where I'm living now. It's got hot water, right? So, thank you again. Talk to you later.